Friends, hello. Hope you are doing well. It's Friday in the market and it is done. Crypto gang, take over, do what you need to do here. Let's talk about what has happened this week. So kind of recapping this week, obviously meme stocks had their time. Nvidia, I'm not even going to talk about it that much because I think it's already been talked about so much, but obviously Nvidia should be on everyone's list. No matter how expensive it gets, you should be buying Nvidia. Because there's so much more that's going to happen with that stock, that company, everything. So with that, obviously, I think a lot of people are going, where's the market headed? Where are still some opportunities in the market to put your money? I still think that, SoFi is a strong buy right now, especially under $7. And this is where I get very selfish and greedy, and I go, I'm glad that SoFi is still below $7 because it allows people to continue to buy it, because we have not seen, literally at this point, we really haven't seen Wall Street, step in here, and a lot of big investment firms step in and start buying up SoFi. There are a few out there, but we're not seeing large amounts of SoFi being bought up right now by Wall Street, and it's not really being talked about right now. And SoFi is in this weird place right now. It's like, obviously it's a bank. I think that's pretty safe to say it's a bank, but obviously there's a lot of software that goes into what they do / AI, and that's really where people will argue that SoFi is also considered an AI company, but I'm not going into that obviously. But there's things that keep happening here with SoFi. Obviously, the share price keeps going down. And here recently, today, it was filed, yesterday it was filed, where the CEO once again bought more shares. He bought more shares. Like he just did this a few weeks ago. And again, here, he just bought more shares of SoFi. He almost bought, right here, $200,000 worth of SoFi. So, this is a situation where you're watching, obviously the CEO, Anthony here, who's biased for SoFi because he is the guy in charge right now, but you don't see this a lot. Like, this is not something you see a lot, where you see CEOs buy a lot of their own company shares because, well, first of all, it means one thing, that SoFi is doing really well, and it's doing so well to where the guy who works for the company says, I think we're about to hit some new big numbers, and I'm going to keep buying up shares here because I think something very big is about to happen with our stock price here. So, I think this is very, very worth, looking into and really thinking about what you're seeing here with SoFi and what could potentially happen. So everyone has these projections of what they think SoFi is going to go to, and I don't think any of them are too crazy, to be honest. And SoFi is one of these stocks right now where people are just wanting more out of it, but we're not really getting a lot out of any stocks right now besides Nvidia. And obviously, I'm going to be honest, I thought Nvidia was going to be at like a $1,200 to $1,500 by now, but still, we're still seeing pushback in the market. The market's still pushing back. It's just not going crazy here. It's doing well, but we're just not seeing, we're not seeing a bull market by any means here. We're seeing a strong market, but we're not seeing just something out of control. So it leaves a lot of opportunity for a lot of stocks out there. So SoFi, I got to be honest, SoFi is still something that I am buying up right now. I'm still actively buying SoFi. As long as the stock is under $9, $10, I am going to be buying the stock because I'm buying into for this time next year or even 5 years from now, when I do believe SoFi will probably have a dividend attached to it, and SoFi will more than likely, we're hoping at that point, become so expensive it could have a forward split. And that's and that's the thing. I made I made a video, I don't know, something a week ago, I can't keep track, where I talked about it was like 2 weeks ago. I made a video about Nvidia, and I said, Nvidia is probably going to have a stock split here very soon. And I remember somebody said, well, stock splits don't give you more money. Actually, they do. And here's what I mean by that. I think majority of people do know what stock splits are, but Nvidia is about to have a 10-for-1 stock split. So what that's going to do, obviously, you're not going to get more money off the bat, but you're going to get more shares. And what's Nvidia going to do? Nvidia is going to continue to go up this year. Nvidia probably by December of this year, obviously it will probably split somewhere around, $130, $120, $100 here. We still have a couple weeks here until the split. Somewhere in that, but Nvidia is going to continue to go up. We still have two big quarterlies to get through this year with Nvidia, plus the black chip coming out, plus whatever else we don't even know about. So Nvidia by December could be right back to $400 to $500. So you're about to get a bunch of additional shares, fraction shares, whatever you have in it. And then when it does split here in June, you need to be buying it because it's going to continue to go up. And this is how people become rich. This is how people become wealthy in the market. So this is a prime example right now, this point in time in history, where you can watch people become rich. This is like the first time Tesla did a split. And when they announced the split, Tesla kept going up. I remember it's like $2,000. Then it split, and then, it fell down to under $100, and, then it did start rise again, and then, just a year or two later, it had another split. So that's how people get ridiculously rich in something like this. And I will say this right here. Nvidia will probably have another stock split here within 2 years, if not sooner, if the stock continues to do what it's going to do here, what the company's going to do, because they've already shown that, like, hey, we don't want this stock to be too expensive where people can't buy it. So we could see a situation here, where Nvidia is doing, quarterly splits here into the, clumped years. So SoFi, though, I still think SoFi obviously is a very young stock, very young company, and still getting out there to be known. And I think SoFi is going to get away from people. I don't know that people are really paying enough attention to it, to where one day it's going to go to $9 and people are going to be like, okay, it's going to go to $11. People are going to be like, okay, well, I should probably start buying in. And then it's going to go to $15, and people are going to be like, what the crap? And then it's going to go to $20, and then people are going to be like, oh, okay. And then, you're going to have this, big mass group of investors looking at SoFi and wish they would have got in. So, friends, SoFi is killing quarterlies right now. We expect the rest of the year that it should continue to do well in quarterlies, and who knows what else they will release here. But SoFi is a company that right now is killing it. And the question is right now, will we see a bull run in the market here in November? I don't want to talk about politics, obviously, but right now Trump is up across the board right now in polls. So we could, either way, if it's Biden that wins or if it's Trump that wins, either way, pre-election market does well and post-market election does well. We've seen that time and time again every time there's an election. So there will be some kind of general push here in November or even January going into 2025 here. So it's so important to set yourself up right now for what's coming in the next 8 months of this year. What could happen going into next year. So just please if you have any kind of capital, please consider where you want to put it. And two people ask me, do I invest in crypto? I absolutely 100% invest in crypto. I just don't talk about it a whole lot because it's like it seems like the majority of people either invest in crypto or they invest in stocks or crypto. I do both. I think it's crazy not to. But friends, that's kind of what I'm going to say here. People have been asking me if I'm still in SoFi, and I just want to put this out there. Yes, I'm still in SoFi, absolutely. I think it's crazy not to be buying SoFi right now. I think it's absolutely crazy. I think 2-3 years from now, people are going to look back on this time. They're going to go, oh my God, what did I do? I should have been buying. Friends, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy your time, your families, whatever you're doing. Friends, I'll talk to you soon. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.